Hello and welcome to another episode of the Self-Belief Chief podcast. If you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to this channel so that you can keep up to date with the daily episodes. Really, really helps us out and allows us to keep providing you with content. This is post a session I've just had a client named Derek. We'll call him Derek for the purpose of this. I always change the client's names to protect their confidentiality. So Derek is saying that he wants to be able to feel more, and that he can do the actions, he can do the right things, but he wants to feel it more. He actually wants to be more connected. He wants to really get a sense of pleasure in doing the right things. But he says, how do I allow myself and give myself permission to feel? And I said, well, what's stopping you? And he said, well, I feel like I might be in danger if I feel. I said, what do you worry is going to happen? What do you think the consequences will be of feeling? And he said, well, it might sound silly that I'll get told off. And I said, what do you mean? And he proceeded to give an example of when he was about 10 years old of being told off. And I said, but decades later, you're in your 30s now, who's telling you off? And he said, well, probably no one, but there's still something internally that's worrying me or is telling me that I will get told off. It's like a protection mechanism. And I said to him, okay, so you're associating a lot of pain with the idea of allowing yourself permission to feel more, to change, to becoming someone who feels more. And he said, yes. And I said, well, there's the key to motivation in anything, in any change you want to make in your life. The two motivating forces in life are pain and pleasure, right? To avoid pain and access pleasure. And what he was thinking was, there'll be more pain if I change to feeling or allowing myself to feel more than if I just stay where I am. More pain because I'll get told off, or someone will hurt me, or be mean about me, or whatever it might be. And so it's less pain if I just stay where I am, and also more pleasure if I stay where I am, because at least I'm more comfortable. At least I have some comfort and some certainty that if I don't feel, I can protect myself and keep myself safe and feel strong. But then he doesn't have what he wants, really. So he's got this block that's stopping him from making the change. And you might have a habit or something that you want to change, whether it's, smoking, whether it's, yo-yoing your weight going up and down all the time and not being able to permanently keep it off. It might be procrastination. Any bad habit that you have is because you're associating more pain with changing and more pleasure with staying where you are. So really simply, all I've got to do is help you associate more pain with staying exactly where you are and more pleasure with changing. Once I re-leverage that, then you'll change it. So how do we do that? So what we want to do is stack the pain, right? Stack the pain of not changing, so it feels more pleasurable to change and more painful to stay. So what I did with Derek was I got him in a deep subconscious state, and I asked him some questions about his past, about the present, and about the future. And I said to him, if you don't allow yourself to feel more, or if in the past when you've not allowed yourself to feel, how did that affect your family? He started telling me, well, it was not great. They get upset, they get angry. Okay, what happened to your friends in the past by not feeling? Similar sort of thing. What happened to your relationships? Yeah, fell apart. What happened to your career and your work? Yeah, it's it doesn't allow me to connect with people, with customers, and go through a series of about 10 questions, and then do the same in the present. How is it affecting your relationships in the present? How is it affecting your finances, your health, your mental health, the things that you want most? And then I do the same in the future. What will you miss out on? How will it affect your family in the future? How will it affect your intimate relationships, your finances, your health, your mental health? And I go through all those questions one after another so that they're all being stacked together at once. So it's not just the pain of one of those things, which is what most people try to do when they try to convince someone is, oh, just get them to think about their children, their family. That's usually not enough on its own, but stacked together with a load of other things. And then you get them to store that internally so that they are actually having a visceral feeling. They're starting to get headaches, or they feel sick, or they their stomach starts to hurt or whatever. We need that visceral feeling of discomfort to kick in whenever you're thinking about doing a habit that you want to change. So then he starts to have a visceral feeling. His head's starting to hurt, so my head's hurting, and I get him to sit in it and stay in it. And now he's starting to associate more pain with staying as he is, not feeling, being emotionless, than changing. And as soon as he gets that visceral feeling to be emotionless and try and be strong, and he starts to feel headaches and feel sick, then his body's going to do the work for him and make him change to feel more and connect more. And then we get him to do that in very small ways, not big leaps, small ways, so he can get the practice. And with that practice, that he can see that actually he's not in danger. It's safe. It's okay. He can feel. And then he'll lean into it more, and then we'll build it up more and more. So if you want to change any habit in your life, you want to find more motivation, look at how you can associate more pain with not changing that habit and more pleasure with changing it. As soon as you do that, you'll unlock the whole thing. My name is David Holman. If you change today will change your life. So enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your life. Make sure to subscribe so I keep up to date with these daily episodes for you. Make sure to listen to the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, where you can actually hear the real conversations that I'm having with people. And look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.